Hey you, I'm the Queen of Shade. Welcome to the interview. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit my Cash App to support your favorite content creator. Now let's get to the interview. Mwah.
Let me tell you something. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too.
Salutations, Dufos. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming to you with another special presentation. Moving full speed ahead, I am enjoying the conversations that I am having. They're not really interviews. They're conversations that I'm having with other enlightened, amazing, inspiring people. And having said that, I have someone special today that you need to meet. This person is an athlete. Let's go down the list. Bodybuilder, celebrity trainer, classic and physique. Well, let's see what else we have here. Trainer and boxer, and I cannot forget, sponsored athlete. And then at the bottom, it's my favorite, father. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Mr. Diego Garzon.
Thank you for having me on your show. How are you, love? How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad that we got the opportunity to do this.
Yes, super excited. Thank you, first off, for having me on your show. I'm always honored when opportunities like this arise. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that very much, very, very much.
Oh, you all excited about coming on my little YouTube show?
Yeah, why not? Of course I am. Of course.
No, well, we're happy to have you. I'm looking forward to an amazing conversation, and
absolutely,
it's just so great. Oh my God! So tell us, okay, you came ready. You know, you got the shirt on, you got the muzzles out, you got the trophy. So we're gonna go through it. So okay. I'm going to start differently with you. We're not going to start with where you're born. I'm going to get to that eventually.
Okay.
But there is something that I want to talk about, and because it floored me when we started to prepare for this interview the other day.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God, stop telling me, because I want to know on camera. So in addition to all that I have spoken about, you mentioned something to me. Now, the city that you reside in is not the city you were born in, right?
Correct.
Okay, so where do you reside?
I reside in two places, but I'm full-time in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay,
right now.
I'm in Chicago, Illinois. Now, there is something special about you being in Chicago, Illinois. There's something special about the trophy behind you, the office space that you're in. Please tell us what you do in Chicago, Illinois.
Absolutely. So I own the first queer gym in Chicago, which is located in formerly known as Boys Town, but now North Halsted. It's a queer space where we do boxing, kickboxing, personal training, weight training. It's a 24-hour location, and it welcomes the queer community. It was something that was dear to me, just growing up being in a hyper-masculine sport like boxing. I've seen so many things that I wanted to change, and I wanted our community to be able to experience and be able to have an outlet, to be able even to do these things without being judged, without having the fear of being hurt. And also just sharing my story. Like, this is an outlet of myself that I also wanted to share. And so, yes, I have the first queer gym in Chicago. It's going really, really well. It was kind of hard because I opened up about 3 months before the pandemic happened.
Yes.
And it was difficult. So I do want to just give a big shout out to my community, all the Chicagoans and everybody in the community who kind of stuck by me and helped me through that time. But yes, I do. I'm here right now, actually, at my space. And I'll give you guys a small little tour once we get there. So, yeah.
So let me just make sure I heard this right. You, Mr. Garzon, have a gym that is dedicated to helping the queer community.
Yes.
And with that, you have created a safe space where queer individuals can come work out,
Yep.
train, build their bodies, and
Mhm.
their best selves without ridicule, discrimination, or violence.
Absolutely. I say my slogan is, if you want to come in here with a wig and some heels on and work out, let's do it. Momma.
Oh my God.
That's just how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was so shocked, touched, moved, and inspired when you told me this the other night that I just wanted to jump right into it. Honey, we can fill an hour. You know I can talk. I'm not even worried about that. So I started where I wanted to start because this is unprecedented. And
Sure.
I need to know, how did the surrounding community in Chicago take you building a gym that was designated to queer individuals right in the center of everything?
So since we are in the queer community, the LGBTQ plus community, there wasn't a lot of ridicule, a lot of pushback from it. The board, who actually runs like our Gay Pride, our Market Days, and all of those events that we do here in Chicago, they stood behind me. You know, they were very excited to have a man of color, Latino and of, Afro-Latino, Black and Latino,
Yes.
coming into the community and building something as of this that's never been done, as you stated. We don't have anything like this. We have gay bars for our community, right? We have things like that, but we don't have anything that's geared towards health and fitness for our community.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do that. And my goal is to open up more gyms in the bigger cities or the more metropolitan cities like LA, West Hollywood, New York, to have strong hands gyms that's for the community. So that's down the line. But I'm always looking for people who want to invest or do things like that, or move in that movement, or jump on my movement with me. I'm here for it. You know what I mean? So it's going to take all of us, not just me, all of us, to make that happen.
You know, what we're talking about, I'm going to tell you why I started here, and I'm going to tell you why this is so important to me. I am a fitness enthusiast. Oh. I learned how to work out. They weren't my boyfriends, but I entertained several football players in my life, and they taught me how to lift weights, and they taught me how to do it of the right way, so that I was able to transform my body and my core. Even though I was still pretty slender, I packed on some muscle. I packed on some, I was shredded. Like, I packed on some muscle and some weight. And what I realized is, I enjoyed the gym. I still do. I'm not working out at a gym right now. I lost 8 pounds because I'm losing all my corona weight because I'm working out at home, and I'm serious about it. But I just don't want to go to the gym just yet because COVID is still real. But the thing about it is, Mr. Garzon, is that for most of my adult life, whenever I entered a gym, I was met with violence. Huh. And this is the thing. I don't go to the gym like this. I go to the gym in something like you've got on, a hat, usually a hat. And I usually had a hat because it allowed me to look like I was working out, even though I was watching every single person in the gym. It allowed me to be able to do that, to make sure I was safe. And even in doing that, I wasn't. I got into several fights with heterosexual men. And the reason why I'm going to say it like this is because each of those men was attracted to me. But they were quote unquote heterosexual. And they had a problem with the fact that I was A, beautiful, B, really into my workout, did not want to talk to anybody, was there for the workout, there for the fitness, and C, I looked good. I was able to do that. And then I had people coming into the gym that would see me and say, "You here every day. I want to know what you did to get your body." So then them being trainers, them being bigger, I've always, even at the last gym I went to, now mind you, I'm 39 years old. So
You're good though. You
Yeah,
look good for
thank you.
39.
Thank you. It's the gym, working out, eating right. That's what does it. But I'm 39 years old. So we're talking maybe back at 35, 34. I was still in a gym full of heterosexual men. I'm not going to say the gym's name, but it's well known. It's well known. And heterosexual men were screaming faggot across the gym.
Oh yeah.
I
I've seen it and
learned,
I've heard it.
yes, I've learned to keep my headphones on, but my ability to tune them out could not tune out everybody else's reaction, like they're talking
Yeah.
to you, like looking at me like, what are you gonna do? And then I had to continue to work out under those conditions.
Right.
So that's also another reason, I'm just going to be honest, it's another reason why I'm taking my time re-entering a gym.
Absolutely. I mean, I have so many people of the community, of the trans community,
Yeah.
men or women who are
Yeah.
coming in who want to work out, but they're afraid
Yeah.
to go to these big box gyms
Mhm.
to because they feel like they're being looked at, ridiculed. They're already going through a tough stage as it is in their lives.
Yeah.
Through this process of
Yeah.
finding their self, finding their truth, their journey, and they can't do it without being or feeling already like a leprosy, but they're feeling even worse because they have these people who are judging them and making them feel like they're unworthy, like they shouldn't be here. So I wanted to build a space. Me being more on the masculine side, I also want to show people that there's so much discrimination within our own community.
Yes.
You're masculine, you're femme, you're drag, you're this.
Yes.
We're all of the community.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So I want to show people I don't care. I'm not that stereotypical muscle guy who's gonna frown upon femininity or frown upon someone who wants to live their truth. Because at the end of the day, you're my people.
Yeah. You know,
Doesn't matter.
you know, I love what you said. And this is the reason why I jumped right into this conversation, because I couldn't wait to talk to you about this. Because you show up to the world, you are masculine identifying. So I've noticed even in the community, like you said, I don't understand. And Little Nas X said something, and I'm piggybacking off of it, because he made a video. It was taken down. He put it up and it was taken down on social media, but I saw it quickly. Yeah. And I actually was able to save it. But he talked about, he couldn't understand why there was so much misogyny in the gay community, because we were all men and all gay. But the problem is you get masculine identifying men whom have a problem with effeminate identifying men. And there's conflict. Oh, I don't want to be around no faggots. I don't want to be around no sissies. Oh, you shouldn't be wearing dresses. Oh, you shouldn't be wearing, makeup. Or you shouldn't be wearing hair. And I've seen violence acted out from from people that were in the community to other people in the community. Me as an like my thing is, I've always been effeminate. I've always been effeminate, but I am not. If you judge a book by its cover, you will be misled every time. I'm not what you think that I am, and that's, I thought that I would find understanding of that in my community. And, it's kind of crazy because for a long time, I was afraid of men for this reason. Yeah. Masculine men, period. But it's so crazy because even in how I show up to the world, even I'm not always dressed like this. This is for the show. But even when I'm bald head, baseball cap backwards, t-shirt, this, that, and the other, still effeminate, but I exhibit more of my masculine side. I'm still effeminate, and
there's nothing wrong with that. I love the contrast, personally, for me, with femininity and masculinity.
That's nature.
It's just what it is. I mean, I just wish, I don't think that stereotype will ever go away or it will ever change. It's been there before we were here, right? In our community, but it is something that needs to change because we want things to change, but we need to first change them within our community. And that's a big thing. That's a big divider in our community based off femininity, masculinity, trans this, trans that, and it shouldn't be that way.
I want to say something. I want to say something right now, because I don't think, I have a lot of followers. I have a lot of people, eyeballs, new people that are watching me. Not every effeminate man wants to be a woman.
No, they don't.
Not everyone. I can tell you right now, I identify as a gay man. I've been cross-dressing. I've been a trans illusionist, as my auntie Uncle Darnell Thomas, famous gay personality, says. I've been a trans illusionist since I was 8 years old. I just enjoyed pretty things. I enjoyed dresses and gowns. And I know people say, well, if you're in a dress and a gown, how could you not want to be a woman? They're missing the mentality. When I'm dressed, it's me being dressed. I don't think about, oh, I'm a woman. One thing that I noticed, and a lot of early in my career, especially in modeling, is that they told me, you do things naturally. You have a natural carriage to you. And that's just who I am. I'm delicately boned. I just want to see our community come together. So that's why I feel that this interview is so important, because here we are at the opposite ends of the spectrum, and now I don't want to put words in your mouth. So you do identify as LGBT?
Oh yeah. I'm a gay man.
Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't want to put words in your mouth. I wanted to say it.
No. I don't want to jump ahead of the timeline of the story. So yeah, I'm a father. Right. Obviously, I found my path. I obviously went down the heterosexual route because that's what we are told growing up is what we're supposed to do. Right. So that's what I did. And I have a 15-year-old daughter, a beautiful 15-year-old daughter out of that situation. Right. But I know who I am. I know what I stand for. And yeah, that people's journeys are at different times. People come to realizations at different times and points in life, whether depending on their circumstances, depending on anything, you know what I mean? Our generation compared to the generation now is so much easier to come out. Yeah. Now than it was 20 years ago. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just different. Yeah. And individuals like yourself are making it easier for our generation right now to be able to come out. And people have to understand that and realize the people who are actually opening those doors, regardless of what they're doing, if they're entertainers, if they're whatever, they are opening those doors and be in the forefront for the younger generations to be able to come out and be like, I'm gay at 5 or 10. We couldn't do that. We couldn't be like, I'm gay, mom, at 10 or 11 or 12. This didn't exist, especially coming from a ethnic household, coming from the household I grew up in. It didn't exist.
I grew up in a very religious home myself, and and it's so crazy because you would have thought it didn't exist in my home, but mine was kind of jaded because all my aunts and uncles on my mother's side are gay and lesbian, but they took to the church. So it was, I had to be born again. I have to deny my flesh. I have to do this and I have to do that. So where it was that I should have been embraced and learned who I was at an early age, I was actually shoved in a closet by my own family. I was shoved further into the closet by my own family who were gay. Know. Yeah, but they were gay. So, it's just, I love these conversations because, like I said, for a long time, I was afraid of men, but that's one thing about me. Even outside of this, I attract masculine men. It's just my mind. It's my mind,
It's the way talk to them. Not really. It's hard to say because I know feminine men who want to be with other feminine men. They don't want to be with masculine men. So it just depends on the person and what they like. Right. Me personally, I like femininity, and that's what I date. Right. That's just people are like, I don't get it. I'm like, it's not for you to really get. Right. At the end of the day, because I'm the person that's gonna be intimate at the end of the day with that individual. Yes. You know what I mean? My partner is feminine. Yeah. But you know what? It's also the way you're hardwired too. People think we have a choice in these matters. We don't. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. I try to explain that to like some of my family. I'm just like, you think I would choose to go through or the ridicule, go through the things that I went through with you guys and trying to explain my sexuality and explain it to my daughter and all this stuff? I said, no, it's not a choice. It's a like you said, this is how we're wired.
Yeah.
You know, and we're all wired differently. But at the end of the day, the common denominator is we like men.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
the end of the day.
I used to
You know what I
always,
mean?
yeah, I used to always say, like, it doesn't matter if you're masculine or effeminate. If there's a war that's going to happen between homosexuals and heterosexuals, whether you're standing next to a trans woman, whether you're standing next to an effeminate Black gay man, they're going to come after all of us. They're going to come
It
after all
doesn't
of us.
matter.
You are not
It
going to
doesn't
get
matter.
past because you're masculine. And my thing is this, I want to say this because there's a disclaimer here. I don't want anyone to feel sorry or sad that they're masculine, you know,
No.
or that I'm bullying them and saying that masculinity is wrong. No, no, no,
But
no.
it's how you treat others.
Yes, yes.
Because there is, unfortunately, there's always gonna, it is what it is. People take advantage of that title. They take advantage of people's feelings. They take advantage of situations.
Yeah.
And it's all about, if you're gonna use that role or that title or wherever you stand in the right way.
Yeah.
Because, and that's all I'm gonna say with anything.
Yeah.
With any role or with anything that we have, it's all about how we use that.
The gifts that we're given.
Yeah, the gifts that we're given or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Yes, in our community, masculinity, unfortunately, is viewed as, oh my God, that's the type of man I want, masculine this, masculine that. But I also know men who use that to their advantage the wrong way.
Right.
And I don't think that's a good thing. And I love to show others that I have all types of friends.
Yeah.
Masculine, femme, from the trans community, Black, Asian, Latino, I have it all.
Yeah.
Short, small, fat, whatever.
Yeah.
Everything.
You know what?
I mean? And
go
that's
ahead.
important.
Yes, it's very important. Go ahead.
It's just important because we divide ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't look like this, you shouldn't hang out with this person, or you're hanging out with him. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about, to me, at the end of the day, just through the things that I've been through, because I went down that superficial route. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I realized it wasn't me. It was just me following a trend.
Yeah.
And I just realized that's just not how I'm wired.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now I'm gonna take a quick pause so you can actually so that you can actually drink that drink, because I done seen you put it to your mouth 3 times, twice.
I'm like, I didn't even drink none of it.
Yeah, drink the drink.
Thank you.
No, but get this. Now, moving away from that a little bit, I want to know more about the gym. I want to know, how do you choose your trainers? Like, are there trainers? Are there?
Yeah, so sorry, go ahead, love. I'm
go ahead. Go ahead. You know, you're already on it. You're quick. Go ahead.
Yes, so I do obviously want people of the community. I want people of the queer community to be employed here or be queer allies.
Okay.
You can't work at my gym and not stand by my movement,
right?
And my movement and my mission.
Yeah,
it won't work.
Yeah,
but we do have trans trainers. One of our amazing trainers, you guys can follow her. Her name's Bea. The Fearless Queer is her IG link. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She is amazing. I just hired an intern. She is getting her certification to be a personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
We're on an intern here with us named Akira.
Mm-hmm.
Super excited about that.
Yeah.
And then we have a little bit of mix. We have some people who are of the heterosexual community as well, but they are queer allies. They do appreciate the community, et cetera, et cetera. So, but yes, I do obviously want people to obviously be of the community or at least be queer allies or understand and respect what's happening in my location. I'm open to anyone being for employment here.
Yeah.
But there's just, for what I'm doing and what my mission is, you just have to be down with my community.
Yeah.
If you're not down with the community, then you shouldn't be here. What's your objective of being here? What is your intentions if you're not?
Yeah. And that's the thing, I'm so happy because you know, even with my platform, even with this, I created a safe space for myself, you know, and then I bring people into that safe space, and we are able to have conversations and connect and be queer and be straight and be whatever we are. And we don't have to worry about the comments or people talking, because by the time this comes out, because it's pre-recorded, by the time this comes out and the comments start coming in either negative or positive, we don't care because we already did it.
Yes.
You see that's kind of my push and my mission with this. We get to say all that we need to say. We have the floor. And then before the people can even start talking about, oh, well, it doesn't even matter because it's already done. It's already up. Yeah. You're either going to love it or you're not. So I'm just, okay. 15-year-old daughter.
Yes.
Daddy has a queer gym. I know she loves you and supports you.
She does. She does. She even has a like on her little Instagram, the gay flag.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she definitely supports the movement. She understands it. There's no negative annotation. I can share like, babe, this is who I'm dating.
Yeah.
He's cute, dad. Like he's high. You know what I mean? Like we have that kind of banter between one another, which is really important for me. Because growing up, it was something that I was worried about.
Yeah.
But like I said, we're so blessed for the generations and the pioneers who fought that fight for us in the past. So that our kids are now exposed earlier to so many more things that we weren't exposed to when we were growing. We had to sneak to watch. You know what I mean? I remember sneaking to watch like Queer as Folk when I was younger.
Yeah.
Watch Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you know,
hide
to watch those things.
Yeah.
Now they just come on TV
Yeah.
and you just watch them. They're just there now. You know what I mean? It's a part of
the culture.
Humanity.
Yeah.
Humanity. You know what I mean? So it's just different. Things are so different now. And my daughter's my everything. She's definitely my engine. I mean, she gets me up in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just super important for me to just be a positive role model. I mean, I wasn't always, I've had my fair share of incidents and done my dirt and jail and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but we all have choices. At the end of the day. Yeah. You can either repeat those choices
or move in a different direction.
Or learn from those choices and make better decisions.
Yeah.
You know?
Having said that, now I'm ready. Where did you grow up? Were you born? Where were you born? Where'd you grow up?
Yeah, I grew up in Santiago de Cuba.
Oh, Cuba. Another Cuban. I interviewed a Cuban yesterday. You guys are you guys are everywhere.
A little something. I grew up in Santiago de Cuba. I grew up most of my life in Miami. And then I lived a little bit in the Midwest.
Okay.
I jumped around in the Midwest, but that's where I grew up most of my life. And that's where I was born. And I kind of just moved around. I came to Chicago, went to college here, graduated.
Okay. Yeah.
What
was your degree in?
My degree in business and marketing.
Yes.
A minor in communications.
Okay.
And then my boxing is my background. That's kind of where I got started in the fitness industry. I started competing when I was 8 years old. I fought all the way up until about 19, 20. I fought on the Junior Olympic team. I fought for the ringside tournament, won that, golden gloves, silver gloves. And then I went into training celebrity fighters, from Jessica Penne, who fought as she was a featherweight for the UFC.
Yeah.
This is documented. You can look it up. Jens Pulver, I was 16. I was training down in Pat Militich's gym, which is in Bettendorf, Iowa. I was 16. Jens Pulver was on the UFC. I was his sparring partner at 16.
Yeah.
I went with him with my coach to his first fight. Spar with Robbie Lawler. Trained plenty of fighters, and that's kind of where I kind of started building myself.
Yeah.
And building my brand and who I am. And just kind of grew from there. This is my second gym that I've ever owned.
Wow.
So I had my first gym in LA, not necessarily LA, it was in Orange County, which was in Lake Forest, but obviously right down the street from LA. Okay. I had my first gym there. It was LA Boxing. I was the youngest franchisee to help
Wow.
my gym at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But timing wasn't right, just for me.
Okay.
I was young. I came into a situation where I took over a location and I just made a lot of mistakes. I'm not gonna
Okay.
touch base on all of them, I was just young. I was irresponsible, and I ended up losing that location.
Okay.
I ended up just going down the wrong path. Like I said, following that superficial lifestyle, trying to be the cool kid.
I can imagine there was a lot to hide.
It was a lot. It was a lot going on at that point, honestly. My temper was always something that got me in trouble.
And the boxing, so fat, put the boxing skill with your temper. So, oof.
Yeah, it was bad. So there was, I went to prison,
Mm-hmm.
but I beat the case because the person almost didn't make it.
Okay.
But it wasn't my fault because we subpoenaed the tape, which was in the club, the location.
Right.
And they realized that I was the one trying to get away from it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But,
yeah,
the person kept pushing, and I did what I'm not gonna say I did what I had to do, because I could have just walked and left the club. Older me now, more wiser me now says that.
Yeah.
But at that time, it's like, I'm a man. I'm not gonna let. Mind you, I was a heterosexual guy, and then at that time, with that mindset of how I was, I'm like, I'm not gonna let no man.
Yeah.
Because they already think less of us as men.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let, especially a straight man, buck up at me or try to make me feel like I can't defend myself.
Get this. I want to stop you right there for a second, because as I was sitting here thinking about you, I have several things going through my mind, and I want the world to understand, even as we're having this conversation, that so many, young gays and gays period, they say, oh, I want a masculine man. I want a masculine man. I'm attracted to masculinity. I need masculinity. I want you to understand that predominantly most of them that are saying that want masculinity because they want to be protected from the hate. They want to be protected from the violence. They figure if my boyfriend is big and buff and he's masculine, he can protect me from other men. He can protect me from violence and danger. And I need people to understand that. It's not always that gays just want masculine men. They want them in the form of bodyguards, because it's like, listen, I don't, a lot of gays, there are really, including myself, we have horror stories of how heterosexual men have defaced us, basically, like we were property and nothing at the same time. So, a lot of men in the community, instead of saying or doing what, you did, which is learning how to fight, learning how to defend, learning how to, properly get, because situations happen. That's where we are right now in the story. Situations happen, but I do not negate the fact that at least you were able to take care of yourself, because, in situations with gays, it's never just it's never one man. They want to jump us. They want to beat us. It's always
they want to hurt.
Yes.
Like they want to. I've seen it. I've read stories and I've seen it. I'm just like, you didn't just punch this person. You punched this person, stomped this person, kicked this person, spit on this person. It's like, you know what I mean? You don't just, when you're doing that, you're trying to harm someone. I hit this person one time.
They're not, even as you're saying that, I was seeing it. They're not, a lot of them are not trying to put the person out. A lot of them are trying to stomp out their own attraction to men.
Yes. 100%.
They're trying. So when they literally project themselves onto this gay person, onto this effeminate person, onto this lesbian person, because lesbians get beat up too. Okay, they project themselves onto this lesbian or onto this homosexual or onto this transgendered person, and then they decide this is the part of me that I have to kill. And that 100%. Is what, and that is what I'm so glad we're having this conversation, because with you saying, okay, I've been through it. I stopped because, your story is your story. Your story is your triumph, your story, but I don't want to take you back through anything you don't want to talk about, because I am focused on your triumph. I am focused and I care about the fact that you had those experiences, you learned from those experiences, you were able to accept yourself, you know, as being gay. It didn't matter what you looked like. It didn't matter that you were masculine. You were able to come to terms with your own sexuality. And this is the thing. People always say, you know, sexuality is such a small part of you. No, baby, sexuality is exactly it's who you are. It's how you're wired. We keep saying that word in this interview. It's how you're wired. I was thinking to myself earlier as I was getting ready, I had this big fluffy skirt on, crinoline. Yeah, but as I was getting ready, I was thinking to myself about the times where, some people say, oh, it's a choice, it's a choice, it's a choice. And I was like, no, my hormones were going haywire. And I felt all kinds of sexual urges and this and that. And had no one to talk to.
No one.
And my thing is, me as an effeminate man, I am smart enough to know that my counterpart, the masculine man, y'all had the same feelings.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, who do we go to? And that's the thing. So creating safe spaces to be able to talk like this are vitally important. And I love that even with the gym, because I don't want to go to a gym. No, I'll be 40 in September. I'm not going to no gym no more and being disrespected. I refuse. And my thing is, my attitude was, okay, well, I'll assemble a gym when I move, because I'm moving out of here. I'm moving to another part of the country, of the world, not the country. But I'm like, yeah. I had when I was younger, I had the opportunity to move to Paris. I was a young little model. Yeah. But no, like once I move, I want to be able to work out in my space, because even now, I don't, and you know what's so crazy? Like I said, I don't fear men anymore. I used to, because of the trauma, because of the bullying, because of the defaming and the defacing of me, treating me as though I was nothing. And it was always followed with a fist. You know, I was afraid to even deal with men. But what I also understand today, because I was speaking to my psychiatrist about this yesterday, we were doing a med check. And he was just making sure I was okay. And I was telling him, he's a new psychiatrist. So we had a longer appointment yesterday, because my psychiatrist before was a woman, for the last 15 years, a woman. So I was telling him, I said, I'm getting out of this thing where I only interact with women because I feel safer. And I'm allowing men, to work in my life and help service my needs. And this is that and the other. And I told him how my doctor for the last 5 years is a man, because before that, 15, 20 years, my doctor was a woman, Black woman. And, he said to me, well, I'm glad that I hear from you that you are now not blaming every man. Yeah. You are now not holding every man accountable for the few that were wrong. And he said, I'm glad that you yourself arrived at that. We didn't have to have therapy about that. I said, you know what? I need to start to let men in, because I'm a man, but men bring gifts and talents to my life just as much as women do, and that was something that I had to embrace and realize. My doctor is the best doctor I've ever had, period. Keeps me healthy, keeps me safe, keeps me going, ticking, so that I'll be here for a very long time to continue to do this. And I'm talking about this because there is such a masculine and feminine divide in our community. There is. And I want to go here too, because I'm going to ask you a question, and it's a little personal, but I'm going to set it up. I'm going to set it up, and then you can answer whether you want to or not. You'll see. But what I noticed a lot, and what I noticed in my community, is that it's not necessarily just the masculine men whom abhor, femininity. It's the Black woman.
Oh yeah.
And it's one of those, I'm reminded of one of the Tyler Perry movies where Janet Jackson is playing. And
I know
she says
exactly
to
what
him,
you're
she says to him, so are you doing the bending or are you being bent over? How could you let somebody bend you over? And men get upset about that because women make them feel like less than a man
saying.
because they are into men or may have a specific sexual preference
Yeah.
or position, you know? So it's just a lot out here in the community. And I'm so glad that our followings are able to see us come together and have earnest conversations because please, you see, I have a lot of men on my page. I have a lot of masculine men that adore me. I have a lot of straight men that adore me, but still in the back of my mind, even though they adore me, I still was like, no, I don't know if I can trust you because if you get angry, are you going to lash out on me? I don't hang out as much as I don't hang out at all because it's just like, I don't know, how far can I take you? But it's nice to be able to have these conversations with the other end of the spectrum and have the other end of the spectrum say, it's okay. It's all right.
It is okay.
It's all right. Because I've seen, like, I remember I follow this guy on Facebook and he's gay and his voice is higher than mine, but he appears masculine. He's very beautiful, chocolate, muscular. And I was so appalled and kind of fell back from him because I just read all of the visceral hate that he was spitting towards feminine men in the community. You shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be wearing that and you shouldn't be doing this and we're men and we're this and we're that. Yeah. And it's like, what are you trying to run from? What are you trying to hide? Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just a lot out here. So let's digress. So, but you see, we had the conversation enough for them to realize, what it is. So boxing was your thing. How did you get into bodybuilding?
So you know what? It's so funny because one of my good friends, who's also one of my trainers there, I just got into bodybuilding last year.
Oh, okay.
I've always been fit and into shape. But one of my boys, his name is Matt, he was like, man, you should bodybuild. I was like, I'm always up for a new challenge. I was like, let's do it.
Athletic.
And honestly, I just fell into it and, just doing it ever since. I made it to nationals last year, end of last year. And I placed 10th in one category, and I placed 15th in the other. But that was my first time.
Your first time.
I've never
you got to move up. Yeah.
Competed. I mean, it was 900 competitors at this competition.
Yeah.
Not what I wanted, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, anything I do, I want to win. I'm just that type of individual.
Yeah.
But it was a good experience, and now I'm going to prepare for next year.
Yeah.
It's just, that's how it started, really, just like that. It was nothing like, I never really thought about it, never been something on my agenda, but I was like, why not? Now I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
That's so beautiful. So do you, so at your gym, what's the name of your gym? Because we saying gym, but we're not telling the name so that queer folk can find you. It's in Chicago. What's the name of your gym?
Yeah, it's Strong Hands Gym. So you can go to stronghandsgym.com. You can read up about me, my gym, my mission, why I started the gym, et cetera, and also my workers and my trainers. And then obviously at Strong Hands Gym for IG.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the name. That's my brand. That's my community. I will go outside and show y'all, but it's snowing.
Oh, it's snowing in Chicago. Oh yeah, it's snowing in Chicago. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's okay. No, thank you. And may that snow stay over there and not come over here to Philadelphia, please. So no, but I want to just say that I commend you because what you're doing it's unprecedented. It's not done. It's not done. And I wanted to say something to you about the California incident with your first space. I too am on my second time around. It's always better the second time around.
I agree.
Yeah, because you've learned, you know what to do, what not to do. Same thing with my career. This is the second go around. So it's better because you come to what's going on and you come to what you're doing with more of an understanding, So moving on, to this gym, I just love this. I love the idea. Like, I love the idea that you came up with servicing the community. And this is the thing, we have so many things that are heterosexual.
Yes. I had people like, why are you starting a gay gym? Aren't gay people welcomed, or aren't the queer community welcome to other gyms? Like, absolutely. Just like we have gay clubs and there's straight clubs and everybody's welcome, we still need a space that's for us, that understands us. They understand if someone comes in with a wig, there's no eye turning, or they understand the lingo, they understand the talks that they're going to hear, the bitter and the batter in between each other, or just knowing you're going to come into a space and you're going to run into people that are just like you, especially for the trans community.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very, very important.
Yeah.
So it's all about creating a space for comfort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This gym is for comfort. This gym is created for people, for our community to come and feel safe and not judged. No worry about any stigma that's associated with other gyms or that they've dealt with. So it's definitely needed. And that's honestly why I did it.
Yeah. How many square feet is it?
It's about 3,500 square feet. Woo. So there's a second space that's right here that I'm wanting to take over. Mm-hmm. I'm just waiting, see how things keep going, see how business keeps moving. It's going good. I'm blessed. I'm definitely not complaining, but I'm also smart from my last location.
Right.
Do things in increments, do things.
Take your time.
Take my time.
Yeah.
Take my time.
Take your time.
That's what I'm doing right now.
So you said it's 24 hours. I mean, since it's been open, do you see a lot of the community, the gay community coming in?
90% of about 90% of the people that come here are the queer community, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's one of my That's D. This is D. D's having some breakfast. What are you having? Some lunch.
I can't. Oh, I see him. I see him way over there. Hi, D.
Yeah,
I see him.
Dean's one of the allies.
Yeah, I love it. He said, "Oh yeah." I love the way he was like, "Oh yeah."
He's been in the community. He's worked and done things in the community from our market days and all kind of stuff. He's been around for years. But he's an ally of the community. He's a straight man, but he's an ally, and that's why he did. So, Dean's one of the boys.
No, but it's so important because fitness. First of all, okay, I'm gonna say this. There are certain parts of the community that feel like it's a sacrilege for you to be a gay man and not work out. Let's just leave it like that. There are certain, without putting our personal, on it. There are certain members of the community that feel like it's a sacrilege if you don't work out and you're a gay man. So I just am and that's why I stayed on the gym, because I could have asked you a lot of other questions, but that moved me because I have had severe hatred done to me, where there was one time where I literally was going to pick up a 45-pound weight and hit this guy upside his head because he was in my face, all because I asked him if he was done with the machine and get it, I was going to wipe it down. He moved out of the way. He left it, sweat and everything. And I'm when I'm a part of the gym, I'm a real part of the gym. So I'm wiping down machines because I don't want staph infections. I don't want none of that. So, I just asked him, like, he had his headphones in, I had my headphones in, and I'm like, yo, are you done with this machine? And he starts like he's mouthing. So I took my headphone off. He's like, get the fuck away from me, you faggot. I'll beat your faggot ass in this gym. Da, da, da. And I looked at him and I said, do you know I will beat your ass standing right here? I will beat your ass standing right here. And the sad thing was, he was another man of color. And there were all these Caucasians in the gym, but the man of color had an issue. And get this, honey, I'm going to just say this. He was sweeter than me.
That's why.
You should have seen the way he walked. I shouldn't even say walked. I should use RuPaul's term. You should see the way he sashayed around that gym.
That's why he was.
But get this, and this is the thing, like I've always, like I said, I connect with masculinity. My mind allows me to do that. So, I'm two-spirited as well. So I know how to, play cat and mouse and toy and get you interested in my conversation. So I told my straight friends, And my straight friends, because they didn't come, and I was in early that morning. And that's the kind of crazy thing too. I was trying to go early to avoid that situation, but he was there and the others hadn't gotten there yet. But you know, I looked, and as this was going on, no other man moved to help me. And there was another incident where one day I was tired and I went to do the incline bench. Now, mind you, all these straight men standing around me. I was tired. So when I went to lift it, I wasn't ready. The damn thing came all the way down on my chest. I was pinned. Literally, the men are standing here looking at me.
That's crazy.
I literally looked at them. They looked at me, turned, and continued to work out. So I had to roll the bar down my body and off of into the fucking floor.
Ridiculous.
And I only had one other time where that happened. And this guy, I'll never forget it. I'm not gonna say his name because he may not want to be known. He's Jamaican, but he just married a beautiful woman too. But he was so kind to me in that gym, and he looked out for me. He was like, listen, don't let nobody run you out of here. He used to always say that to me. Don't let nobody run you out of here because I see you. You're stronger than them. You're fitter than them. You're faster than them. Don't let them run you out of here. I had it happen another time. And he just came, like, I thought I was gonna have to roll. He just came right on over and whoop. You know, but I thought about those things. I thought about those. Yeah, I thought, but get this. So before I left that gym, I had buddies in there. So I'm passing out my first CD, my first album. And one of the hard ones that literally watched me almost kill myself, he asked for a copy. I gave him a copy. Do you know he went to his car and listened to my CD? Do you know from that point on in the gym, he never bothered me again as far as gay slurs, and he talked to me every day. Even when we weren't in the gym, I'd see him in the supermarket. He'd stand there and talk to me 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And then this was the thing. Then he told me, oh, I have trans cousins. So then why were you treating me like that? Why did it take me having to show you that I was somebody in my community for you to all of a sudden, now you understand the gay experience? Thank you for creating such a space where we can be ourselves, because the stories I'm telling you were my experiences, but I'm sure men and women have had worse experiences. And I'm so thankful that you have decided and chosen to make a space where it's for us. It's for us. Yeah. It's for us. You know, some people say, oh, Queen, are you for Middle America? I'm like, get Middle America out of here. I'm for us. Now, yes, I talk to straight men. Yes, I talk to straight heterosexual women, but I'm for us. I'm taking that everywhere I go. I'm for us, because you're right. There are babies now that are watching that need to see a representation of themselves way earlier than we did. Because a lot of us made a shitload of mistakes that could have cost us our lives. Trying to find, or did cost us our lives trying to fit in where we get in where we fit in. And the fact that you have a space now that is dedicated to us, it is commendable.
I'll say the logo so you guys.
Yes, please do, so that we can all see. Yeah.
But camera this way.
Oh, I saw the flag.
So
wow,
it's cold. It's out here. It's cold.
Yeah, I see.
I
see the parking lot. The door. I love the door. Hold on. Let's see if you can focus on the door. Strong hands. Wow. Now I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you worry about violence to your establishment? Hold on. He'll be back.
So
welcome back.
This door is locked. You can only get in my gym if you have a key fob.
Okay.
A regular person can't just come in.
Okay.
And I did that purposely for the safety of the community.
Because I was asking that. I'm like, do you worry about people vandalizing your establishment because they see a flag on it anywhere?
Like I said, being that we are in the heart of the community, not so much.
Not so much.
I did make sure that you can't just walk in my door. You have to make an appointment online.
Yeah.
Be able to view the space. You can't just
see, you really do have safety as your top priority.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Like,
That makes listen, I'm not even in Chicago and it makes me feel so good.
Hey love. Good, how are you? Good. So
that is amazing. Like that safety is everything. Like because like even as I'm sitting here talking to you, like it just makes me feel so good that you have taken the extra steps to
also all of our windows are black. You can't see inside the gym.
Oh, but you can see out.
Yes. So like you sit in here, like this is dark.
Yeah.
This window.
Yeah.
But I can see outside the window.
Wow. Okay, now this is the question. It's a 24-hour establishment, right?
Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. I know you guys are asking.
No, I'm not. No, I'm being good. I'm being good. I'm not going there. Okay, so my question is, how long do you stay there? Do you have somebody stay there so you can go home and get some sleep? No. You see, I know you in the community because I know you knew where you thought I was going, but I told you I ain't no messy queen.
No. So I got cameras, so it's surveillance 24 hours.
Oh, okay. Is there always someone on the premises?
It's not. That's why another reason why you have to be a member to walk in the gym. And I do have cameras inside and outside. It's kind of like an anytime fitness.
Okay.
Where you come at your own leisure.
Okay.
We have Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 p.m.
Okay.
And then we're not staffed, but you can also buy your memberships online. You can view this. You don't have to. I don't have to sign you up in person. You can go online, look at the membership, look at the different options. You can send me an email to ask questions. But you can buy your memberships online and they go automatically into my system. And then we set up a time for you to come in. And then I give you your key fob or decide if I would like you at the facility.
Wow. You know what I like? It sounds like one of those high-end gyms that you find in like the condo, like a condo where you don't have to have anybody on staff. Like you have your key fob, you go in there and you work out at all hours of the night and nobody's bothering you.
Don't break nothing.
Yeah. That was smart. I'm gonna tell you something. That was smart. That was very smart. I commend you for that. That was very smart because then it cuts down on the cost of having to hire somebody to sit at that desk. Yeah, and serious gym goers can go in there, literally work out and just leave. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
There are people who come in here who want to just work out, get the bag. You have classes that we offer in the evening at 6:30 Monday through Friday, and then on Saturdays at noon. That are boxing, kickboxing, and fitness and conditioning classes.
Yeah.
So we do have those options as well.
You know what? I commend you. I commend you. That's why this interview was about your gym, because I just was so, when you said it to me, I was just so transfixed by the idea because I myself have horror stories. And I still had to work out in there. And people don't understand me. I live with mental illness. I have bipolar 1. I have anxiety, acute anxiety, and PTSD. So imagine how triggered and anxiety ridden I was every time I had to get up and go to the gym.
Yeah.
And then I'm in there and I'm a grown man and you're calling me a faggot across the gym.
Yeah. Like, bro,
and I gotta take that.
I already know.
Yeah. Like, no. So, okay. Give me 3 words that inspire and empower you. They can even be the 3 words you use for your gym. Come on.
3 words that inspire and empower me.
Mm-hmm.
Faith, resilience. Those are, what else I would say that really inspires me? Community.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
People know, they look at me and people are like, you might look at Diego and think he may be one of those guys.
Yeah.
Right? But I say he's so much more than what you think. You got to actually just get to know who he is.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not about the bullshit. I'm not about games, and I don't do none of that. Know that about me as well.
Because a lot of people get afraid. They see, you're a big guy, and it's like, okay, am I about to be traumatized, or am I about to, so I'm glad that we were able to do this because now, they get to know you. And those that are in Chicago, like I have several babies that live in Chicago and they're fitness enthusiasts, honey. bodies like crazy. And it's just like, now here's another space for them to be able to work out and not have to worry about being discriminated against or having a hate crime happen, because those are actually what happened to me. Those are that's discrimination and hate crimes, and it's just like, oh my God. But yes, thank you so much for taking the opportunity to talk to me, to tell me about your space in Chicago. Again, it is called Strong Hands Gym.
Yes.
Right. And it is located in Boys Town, right?
Yeah, Boys Town. Now they've changed it so it's more all inclusive because Boys Town kind of included.
Okay. I guess I was going to say, I guess it excluded Girls Town, huh?
Yeah. Oh, you know what I mean? It's North Halstead now. No. I also sit on the board of the community as well, North Halstead.
Right.
So we got a lot of things that I'm trying to do. And if anybody wants to be a part of the movement, they're in the city, not in the city, I'm always trying to grow and find ways to build on what I already have. But like I said, I'm only one person.
Yeah.
So,
but you'd be surprised what you can do, and then your help will come. A lot more people will come with money, investments, all kinds of things. It's like what my grandmother told me: if you build it, they will come. They will come. So once again, Mr. Diego Garzon, tell everybody where we can find you online. I'm going to put all the links below, but still tell us.
All right, cool. So you guys can find me on my Instagram at Cubano, CUBANO1224. That's Instagram. My IG for my business page is Strong Hands Gym, at Strong Hands Gym. And you can also find me on Facebook at Diego Garzon. My full name is Diego Ceballos Garzon.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my social media platforms, and come and follow me.
Okay. Do me a favor. When we conclude, please send me a DM or a text message with your business page, because I don't see it I see your Cubano page, but I don't see your business page.
Okay.
I don't see it in your bio. So just so I can get it right. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, hold on, don't go nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the vocal stylings of Mr. Diego Garzon, owner and operator of Strong Hands Gym, Chicago. All right, say goodbye, but don't go anywhere.
See you guys.
So did you enjoy? I hope you did. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget to cash at me at the Queen of Shade. I am your favorite content creator, right? Right. You want to see more of this content, right? Right. Cash at me. I love you. Mwah.
I've got my black stilettos on. Don't you make me take them off. I'm assuming first position. Gonna show you I'm a boss. I've been given 60 seconds just to put my